Hey, what's up, people? I'm live again. I'm live, y'all. I want to know what y'all thought about our interview. I thought it was so good, so interesting. And I wanted to know what you guys thought. Um, felt like I tried to um asked some good ass questions. I actually think it was a dope ass interview. Like I said, it's definitely one of my favorites. Shout out to everybody who came through. I'm so appreciative of it because I really enjoy like that. To me, that was like one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done on YouTube. So I felt like we got to know a lot of things that we didn't know. Um, about ARC and Miss Jamila Honey. So yeah, I thought it was dope. What up, Prophet? What up, Ty? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let me drop the let me drop the StreamYard link. Bam and bam. There it is. The link has been dropped. And I want to know what you guys thought about the interview. MGTOW, long time no see. What up, MGTOW? Hey, friend. Hey, Saida. What girl? What did you think of the interview? What did y'all think of it? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna drop the link again for y'all, so y'all can come up here and talk to me about it. What y'all think of this interview? Let me know. hmm I I think I was the most relieved to find out that, she wasn't like it wasn't like no struggle bus shit, and that she was still doing good. So Mahogany girl, what's up, Chicky?
Hey, first of all, I just want to, when I get off, I'm going to share this. I'm running around, and I was trying to cash app you, but I realized I need to do it on my laptop. I'm locked out on my cell phone. So, but I'm definitely
Okay.
going to cash app. You are her. It doesn't matter. It was a wonderful show. I'm so glad that you did that interview with her, and I'm so glad that she um solidified him as a real true.
Yeah,
Let,
right.
I want to say this because I don't have long. I wish I did. I want to say this, Sister George. So often in this space, in this manosphere space, we hear some of these men speak, and out the gate is lies. But to hear her solidify the fact that everything he was preaching about, he actually did. Now she chose to be on board with it. Would I be on board with something? No, but me and her are two different people. The point is she chose to be on board, and she loved him and he loved her, and the fact that he looked out for her and her child. I mean, I have nothing negative to say about it. I just want to add one little thing, Sister George, before I hop down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm glad that she said, because a lot of men, I've been preaching this for years, men automatically assume that a woman can't go one day without sex. It's different for us. So she's still mourning her husband. She said she hadn't been with anybody since he died. And I believe her because I don't know why it's so hard for men to understand that women work a little bit differently than they do. So they see a pretty woman like her and they think, oh my gosh, she's got to be with this person, that person. No, our emotions I'm so happy that you did that interview. And it opened up a totally different side for me thinking about her. And I just wish her the best. If I get time, Sister George, I would like to come back up. So please keep this live going. I'm going to share you out, okay?
All right, honey. Thank you so much, Mahogany.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
All right. Oh Lord,
What's
Gabe.
up? What's up?
Let me brace myself, child.
I think I asked you good questions. Then I thought I'm not trying to be disrespectful to someone who has lost a loved one because I think that that's important. But I
Uh-huh.
do think that this is I mean, we've been in a space where people need to be honest here. I mean,
Okay.
we just want to get down to nitty gritty. There, my thing is that, and this is more towards men and not targeted at ARC. Men need to have a plan for when they're not here. And in this case,
So,
it doesn't seem like there was a plan there.
well, hold on. She said that there was uh the death was sudden, and
Yep.
she said that the GoFundMe was set up in an emergency situation because it was sudden, and it
Right.
wasn't one of those things that she knew everything about, you know, like account numbers and stuff like that. And she
Yeah.
said that he took care of all the business. And she said that she was receiving residuals from his books, Patreon. She's receiving those things. And she said that um she's not hungry, she's not struggling. She's doing a she said the GoFundMe was definitely set up because it was an emergency situation because she didn't know everything. And you know, she wanted
So
to
part of the
definitely get her husband situated, and he had life insurance. Don't forget she said that.
it was enough to bury him, right? Only that's what
She
she had
said
said.
that the life insurance wasn't like a whole lot of money,
Right.
but she said that while the life insurance wasn't a whole lot of money, they still have money, I guess, to sustain themselves in the current.
So my initial comment, we get to the other stuff, the financial stuff, but my initial comment was a plan. There needs to be a plan there for if anything happens. So she should have access to accounts. She should have, like, a man should prepare his wife for his absence. I mean, the fact that there's like this, and you know, there were health conditions, and I don't know if you all spoke about that. He had health conditions,
She
which,
said that he didn't like to go to the doctor at all.
well, listen, that's also a part of a lack of planning, because you don't know what your status is health as a man. If you don't know what your status is health wise, how can you be responsible for a family?
Um,
You don't even
I
know if you're gonna be here. You don't know if you got something going on inside of you. You don't know of your, like, I think that this, my major issue is the irresponsibility, whether with health, whether with preparing your loved ones for when you're not here, to the point where somebody gotta start a GoFundMe because they gotta find funding elsewhere because you did not provide that when you were alive, or you didn't provide them the means for access to it while you were alive.
I think that most people wouldn't enter into a relationship. I get where you're coming from, so I'm not going to sit here and say I don't know where you're coming
Yeah.
where you're coming from. I'm not going to sit here and say that. I just don't think that when you get married, um, I think I probably found out curling stuff in like the second year of our marriage. Probably should have been the first year, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what I mean? Um, and it's definitely a conversation that you need to have, but it was probably the newness of the relationship. When you get into a relationship, I think they were
Yeah.
both excited. Um, yeah, I don't I honestly don't think he did it on purpose. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
right. We lack of planning is typically not a on purpose thing. It's a neglect. But at the same time, to your point, Sister George, you also have a sustaining. You have a career where you can sustain as things are figured out. What I
Yeah.
understood is that she doesn't have another source of income beyond that, of what she's doing and the residuals from the book. So that emergency funding needs to be accessible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't say that I don't think that that's an unfair point. I think that's a fair point. I think
And I
that's a
guess I'm
fair
just
point.
mainly towards the responsibility factor. Not, again, not just targeting him, but I think that he is an example of what men should not do, in that preparing for his absence when she's not there.
Yeah.
And I think it just screams, hey, if you have somebody that you love here, you need to be ready for when you're not here. They need to be ready. And if you're not getting them ready as a man, you're lacking some level of responsibility for your wife, your children, or any other loved ones that you want to be taken care of. So,
Well, I think that there's two different extremes there.
mhm.
If she was still asking for money, then I would say that that is um something totally different versus if she's in an emergency situation, um not knowing what to do plus having a young child and probably going through her own struggles as a woman. I think that um some grace should be allowed there. It would be a difference if she was having to get it how she live right now and she's trying to figure that shit out and she's not knowing what to do and what to say. I think that that does make a difference. Like if she was still hustling for money now, I was like, you know what, you absolutely positively have a point. But if it was one of those things that kind of came unexpectedly out of the blue and something that she wasn't prepared for, sure he could have planned for that better. Um but like I
Hey,
said, it was one
let
of
me
those
ask you a
things. They
question,
got
sister.
married.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
let me ask
So,
you a question. How soon after you got married did you and your wife have that conversation?
about what would happen if I'm not, well, shoot, almost immediately. I
Like
mean,
when?
people became dependents on life insurance policies and work situations and health care, and like we talked about it before we even got married. We came up with a plan before we got married because we knew we were getting married,
Mhm.
because that's part of being, I mean, taken care of. Of course, things grew and expanded right to the estate planning and where
Right.
assets went. So that kind of grew over time because assets increased and more income and all these things. So you need to be able to protect those things and make sure that they're passed down up, appropriately. But
Well,
I
I
know if
I, I
anything
know
happened
some
to
of
me,
it was
so
planned.
because that was early, right? If
Uh-huh.
anything happens to me, there would be no GoFundmes
Okay.
for Gabe and his family.
That's a fair point. I won't sit here and say that that's an unfair point. Um, yeah, I
I was
don't
going
I
to ask
don't
you a question, Sister George. Though,
sure.
have you ever heard of recreational OnlyFans?
You mean like a person doing it to get their creativity stuff out of the way?
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
So people just doing OnlyFans that has funding, like money involved, to just say, "Hey, I'm just doing this."
Well, the fact that she said that um it hasn't been well, she had it up for a while, then she posted it to the Patreon, and she was like, um it's not, she didn't have very many subscribers to it, and it's not really doing anything, and she said that her and her kid was okay. um I guess if you're gonna do it, why not make money on it? But
Yes.
I don't think that it's like paying the bills, or she's gonna, like, she couldn't survive if she didn't have it.
So it
Some
was
people
up,
get on those
right?
kind of sites.
So
Huh?
it was up. There weren't a lot of subscribers, so she decided to target ARC's audience to get more subscribers, to get more money, right? I mean, I don't know. I think she might be downplaying. And listen, I know she said she might be listening. I think she might be downplaying the financial desire for her doing this OnlyFans thing. Like I don't think that is
Do you think that
yeah,
yeah, because I did ask her was some things set up for her son. She
yeah.
said that Caden does have some things set up for him when he turns 18. Um she says that she was receiving things and that she was okay. She said she wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
She wasn't out here with her hand out. Um she said she was doing what she was doing.
I I
Um
I don't think it's anything wrong to say, "Hey, I'm starting this OnlyFans. Yeah, I like to get my freak out or whatever thing out." But this is also for some additional money. Like she just was acting like it just was. Hey, I'm just doing this. This is fun. But
so you're
what?
thinking that she really does need the money.
whether need or want.
No, no, no. I think everybody wants money, but when it comes down to a need, that's a different story when we need the money versus what we want. Do you think that um she needed the money?
It's hard for me to conclude that she needs it, but it's easy to assume that she wants more money because ain't nobody just starting no OnlyFans to not get more money. So I say
Mm.
I'm not saying that she broke, desolate, down bad, and she in the trenches needing money. I can't because I don't have access to anybody's bank accounts. But I do think it's easy to assume, hey, she wants some more money through this OnlyFans, and that's one of the reasons why she posted it ARC's thing because it's like wider audience, more dudes to sign up for this thing. So want, yes. Need,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. I
And
think
again,
that's a
hey,
fair
Spencer
point.
George, I'm seeing the chat. They're going kind of crazy. Hopefully, I'm not being disrespectful. And if you think I
I
am saying something
I,
disrespectful,
I don't think
stop me.
you're saying anything disrespectful. It's
Yeah,
just poignant. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Very
But if I
straight to the
am,
point.
if you feel
MOT,
like I
you
am,
always come up here so noisy, man.
I was about to say, if you feel like I am, feel free to stop me in the tracks because I don't
No,
want to
I
be
just think you're very straight
rude.
to the point.
Yeah,
And I think when it kind of comes down to um handling the business and being on point with that, you're not wrong. You're
yeah,
not wrong for saying how some business should be handled, especially as a man who's taking care of a woman and she's not working. So some of those things um should have been talked about, but
Mhm.
it does kind of come across. Now how it comes across is, yeah, she got to be lying. I know her ass. It's like I know she
I
needed the money. She's saying she ain't need the money, but I know she need. That's how it's coming across. I don't think you're wrong for saying that business should have been handled and that a GoFundMe probably shouldn't have been set up. But I personally I accepted her
yeah,
um I'm not gonna say excuse because that sounds bad, but I accepted why she had to have a GoFundMe set up. I
yeah.
accepted that. It
Okay.
made sense. And the fact that she said that she's not out here struggling and in need of a whole lot, she's not in need. I believe her. I believe her.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
sounded believable to me. What did you think of her disposition and everything?
I don't know. I don't know. She seemed. I don't know. I don't
She
think.
seemed what?
So she doesn't really. It doesn't seem like she puts a lot of thought into some things. I think your question about how would the GoFundMe affect her son down the line,
You mean
saying
the
that
OnlyFans?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the OnlyFans. How would that affect her son down the line? I think you got to consider that as a parent, and for her to say like it's just none of her son's business or her mom's stuff, her mom's sexual things ain't none of that's not the world that we're living in anymore. It's to the point where kids in his class can pull up the mom's OnlyFans and send it to a group chat. Like it's like I don't think she is very conscious of the effects of some of the things that she's doing, like posting in the Patreon. Hey, here's my OnlyFans, or like started like it's just she doesn't seem like she's being very thoughtful in her moves.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So what Gabe is actually trying to say.
No, no, no. I'm gonna drop. No, 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 no. No, I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna let you have your time. I'll be back though.
Okay. Y'all hell.
So what Gabe is actually trying to say is, given the subject matter that the deceased was in, it's not uncommon to go after the same marketplace of sexless men who think they have game. That it's not out of the realm for her to be posting that there. I seen it when it was posted, and I'm like, I can't bring this up. I would look like such an evil MF if I ever even brought this up to any. Somebody else did it, but I wasn't gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Gabe A is trying to say. I don't know why he wasn't too direct, but that's what he's trying to say. So I get it. At the end of the day, there's no. I mean, the stuff's gonna be out there forever. We knew what kind of marketplace that ARC was in. You have to understand this relationship stuff is made to benefit women, not men.
Let me ask y'all a question. Because everybody kind of skipped over the fact that she said that ARC would also post um certain things, like sexy pictures of her. And I don't see anybody having a problem that when he did it, um, and they were both cool with whatever was going on within their marriage. Nobody seemed to have a problem when she said that he was also posting sexy pictures. I don't know if she posted anything more than what he posted or if it was worse than anything that he posted. What's your thought process in regards to that?
I mean, it's their private relationship. I mean, I really don't care about it at all. Even though I did, donate money and have a Patreon of his, even though he wasn't, he got on my ass for years for not being a Patreon of his, and it's sad that he had to die in order for me to join this Patreon. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's their private relationship. I mean, she came on. People wanted to ask questions. They asked the questions. I was in and out on it, so I have to go back over the whole rest of the interview. But yeah, but that's what it is. I mean, given the marketplace that he was going after, it's not uncommon for her to go after the same marketplace. You have all these people there that paying you per month, me included. So it's not uncommon for a person to try to monetize that any way that she possibly can. And she doesn't have to be interacting with these people in order to just post pics and do that. Because these homosexuals will pay for some feet pics. You know that. But
Yeah,
they
yeah,
will.
they will. They will. They absolutely will.
And
Um,
there's not a single homosexual that has ever convinced me of what pretty feet is or isn't. I don't care.
mhm.
Even though I had to pay for it for my wife. But that's just where we at with it. I mean, I'm glad that the interview happened. I'm glad I sent somebody to the actual funeral. So that way we wouldn't have that funeral and that person being weaponized by several people in the space claiming that they were there. It was good to have the to know what happened that morning, that he woke up that morning, and then what happened afterwards. I'm glad it happened. So yeah, I don't think anything you said was out of the realm or disrespectful or anything like that. So
No, I didn't want to come at it from it wasn't an expose, more so than it was to kind of g- get it cleared up because if he said that if he purported to be such a person, um, it's like wanting to make sure that he was the person that he said he was. And to me, it still kind of proved to me that he was the person that he said he was. I think
yeah, I
that
mean, I had no doubt about that. I mean, I talked to him behind the scenes a lot, but I just he was who he was, man, and there was a marketplace here for what he wanted to offer. I
yeah,
disagreed. I disagreed. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, people decided to choose that, and they did, and people started to type of grift off his name after he was while he was alive or whatever. This fake friendship, that type of thing. But at the end of the day, good job. I am glad that you actually did this.
Did you
So
enjoy the interview?
I am going to go back over it. I enjoyed the part up until when she was talking about the ARC, and that morning I had to turn it off at that point. I didn't.
Oh man,
I
it
have to
got
listen to that
like,
later. Yeah, I know.
woo,
Yeah, yeah,
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
man, I
oh
will
my
do this
god,
later. I am in the
yeah,
middle of a meeting and I don't want tears coming out of my eyes over this dude. Let me
yeah.
deal with this later on.
Yeah, that was just like fuck. That really kind of tugged at my heartstrings too. Um,
Yeah,
because it's like people that we've all grown to be familiar with, and we've interacted with these people sometimes daily. Um,
yeah,
and for a long time, a lot of us have been in this space for 5, 10 years, some people longer than that. And
yeah,
so,
yeah. I've been here like
yeah, it's
10,
like,
12, 13 years. I mean, like, I would even show BGS the same respect if he were to, unfortunately, were to go through the same situation.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean, we've been here for so long, and everything in the whole time period wasn't always adversarial.
No, it
Even
wasn't.
though we had adversarial stuff online, but at the end of the day, I can reach out to ARC and talk about uh, economics, which he was very good at, which he didn't do online, which I was extremely mad that he didn't do that online because he's extremely good at the economics piece. But he thought it would clash with his real stuff. So
Mhm. It was to me it was a really really dope interview. I'm um super glad that she came through and talked about everything cuz child we was I think most of us was like what in the entire fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
whoa. It was insane. Um I think we were all caught by surprise. But to have her kind of come over and she
but
really
she
pulled
chose to
up
come
some
on though, and she wanted to
yeah,
tell her story. Like not a lot of people want to do that.
right.
Knowing that the adversarial thing about the OnlyFans and all that stuff, which I don't care about. I'm never gonna have an OnlyFans account unless Sophie Vergara goes on OnlyFans. Then I'll make one. Other than that, no, not having an OnlyFans account.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Y'all had all this shit to talk in the comments. Come bring y'all ass.
That's what I'm saying. Bring your ass
Baby,
up.
bring your ass. I gonna say you ain't gonna ask. I would be like, come on up here,
And
Granny.
y'all better be super
Granny.
chatting in the comment section to all these people who said that they was gonna donate and all this stuff when you brought her on. Well, I stepped up. I did what I said I was gonna do. So y'all
Yeah,
need to
I
follow
did.
suit.
I did drop her Cash App in the last stream. I'm trying to get her to send it to me again so I can send her her proceeds and everything because I told her I was gonna give it up. So
And there's a lot
yeah.
of people who stole all the ARC's material and kind of remixed it and all that stuff. I expect for them dudes to pay up too.
You know
You know?
what?
Yep.
I forgot I think I got so excited I forgot to ask about like all the people that stole content from him,
Yep.
outside of him and what's his name getting into it, him and Obsidian getting into it and stuff.
And Kevin
So
Samuels too.
right, right. Uh-huh. Well, I got somebody else in the back, MOT.
All right, that's what's up. Thank you for having me on and nice interview. You have a really nice day.
Thank you, MOT. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Yo,
Hello, Jalen.
what's up, man? How you doing
No,
today?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
I'm just doing alright, just staying out of trouble.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What'd you think of the interview?
I think it was great and awesome, but I miss ACR, and I miss Obsidian too.
Who's ACR, darling?
Oh, the guy that I came across
You
with
mean
Kevin,
ARC?
yeah, ARAC. I came across him through Obsidian and Kevin Samuels. I'm it was it was ARC. My bad, my bad.
That's all good.
Yeah, man, I just came on here to talk about the topic about, but race in peace to him.
Yeah, ARC was definitely our boy. That was our dude. And it was good to um for him to still be seen in a good light. I'm super happy about that.
Oh man, but yeah, I told everybody I wish Obsidian would come back to YouTube.
Really, would you be willing to do you should have him on your show.
I can't cause if I had him on my show, I might have to put it on Rumble. I'll put it on members only.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all are killing me in the chat. Well, Jalen, you have any final thoughts?
No comment. I'll see you later.
All right, thank you so much, Jalen. y'all ain't got nothing else. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all killing me in these comments. Y'all are killing me in these. Listen, yeah. So the reason that she was holding her Hello Kitty, it was because it's a hard thing to talk about, and she's like she needed something for some emotional support. So, um, yeah, yeah, I thought it was lit. Well, not that part being lit, but I thought that she needed that, and so yeah. Joey, what's up?
Hey, Sister George, how you been?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Yeah, I think she could have hustled that OnlyFans a little bit different. She
Like in
should have
what sense?
she should have did the mode one female edition. Then she should have ran it up on the OnlyFans later on. Don't do it on this. What's this? GoFundMe. Don't do that.
You mean on his Patreon?
Yeah, it's Patreon. Yeah, she can promote it there, but
She
ah.
said she had some regrets about doing that too.
Yeah, she needs a advisor.
Um, well, uh, she's a single. She's a widowed woman now. I don't know if she's gonna want y'all raggedy ass niggas to be all up in her inbox, but
I'm a raggedy nigga, Sister
no,
George.
not
Can't lie.
you, not you. I'm just saying, your
Oh yeah,
partner.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Some
You
raggedy
know,
niggas around here. Yeah, yeah.
But
They got good
she
strategy though.
to me she's a very a class act, a class act, and so I thought that the interview was it was exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm so like I'm trying to pat myself on my own back like I did that. But yeah, it was exactly what I wanted it to be. And I think that she did a really, really great job of articulating everything. A lot of us don't know what it's like to lose a spouse. Because especially like half of you niggas ain't never been married, ain't never gonna be married. But it's difficult if you lose somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I commend her for that. I do. And she, take care of the baby. And, she's a single mom, but it's I know it's a difficult thing out here, especially I understand with y'all women. I do. But we gotta strategize. We gotta come up with some new strategies out here. The OnlyFans, I ain't got no problem with it. I
You gonna
don't.
go subscribe?
No, she's not my cup of tea. I'm not with the Hello Kitty pillows and the little titty body. You look like you watch Disney Channel. I'm not with that look. I like my grown women. Yeah, I like my grown women looks.
Also, you like old women.
Yeah, women of a certain age. Yeah, I can go with the older women. I don't.
Oh, word, Joey.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ain't nothing like some
Not
older.
you into the granny's child.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's some vintage vagina. Yeah, I'm into that. I don't want to
Try to
be
get off
sitting up
my
there
damn street.
blowing blow pops and watching the Disney Channel and Aladdin and all that. I ain't got time for
You
all
a
that.
wild
Right?
boy.
She's a cute young lady though. You a cute lady if you listen.
Very
I hear you, but
beautiful.
you just we gotta get your hustle up a little better, baby. That's all. You still represent ARC. That was my guy. I talked to ARC a couple times, but she could have did the mode 2 or whatever
We
female
hoping
edition.
she come out with a female sub.
Yeah.
Cause black women, hey girls, y'all know we can use some lessons in submission, child.
Hey, hey, I'm
um,
with it.
when she said that she was his slave, how did y'all feel about that? Was y'all taking her back? Because
Oh,
honey, I
what?
was taking her back.
I didn't hear that part. Hold on.
Oh, honey, you gotta go back.
Oh
You
man,
gotta go back and catch the replay. I
I
was
I
busy.
I don't want to hear it. It's all this Diddy stuff going on right now, Sister George. I
Man,
don't want
tell
to hear
me.
nothing about sleeves, and I don't even. I just want to urinate. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that stuff. Like, it's just too much going on right now with all this sexual proclivities of these grown people. You know what I'm saying? I understand some freaky people out here, but let's
The,
reel it back. I'm old fashioned.
Now the difference is though, she ain't ever come out and play a victim. I ain't hear nothing. to me, it didn't give anything about victim.
No, she having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like a grown woman that knew what she wanted and did what she wanted. And I definitely appreciate that because, ooh, child, you know how y'all done did her in. If she'd have said anything about being baby, she was never gonna hear the end of that shit.
Nah, she wouldn't. But I wish the young lady the best. Around here, this is gonna get clipped up.
It don't matter.
You gonna keep it up, Sister George? You gonna keep it
Yeah, I'm
up?
gonna keep it up. Shit.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Run it
feel
up.
like she told a really, really she showed a really, really different side of him that we didn't know. A person can talk a talk, but she showed that he actually walked his walk. So hell yeah, we keeping it up. Clip it up. Do what
I
y'all
could
do.
dig it. I could dig it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know how it is. But it was a good conversation. I caught towards the end part of it, but yeah. Just wish the young lady the best. ARC seed and wish the best for everybody. That's all.
Yeah, send her some money if you gangster.
Uh, you gotta work for this money over here, Sister George.
Man, go
Ain't
on,
no
Joey. You was
freebies over here.
crazy.
Ain't no freebies. Joey ain't giving out no freebies. You gotta work for this money, baby. Come on.
Well, Joey, I got some other people in the back.
All right,
Thank you
Sister
so much
George.
for coming through.
You be safe, lady.
You too. Thank you. Wait, May. I gotta bring up Chaos. I'm so sorry. Hold on just a second. He was here first. Sorry. Hey,
Thank you.
Chaos. What's
How you
going
doing?
on? I'm doing
I'm good. I'm
well.
good. I'm good. I probably will keep it short. Wait, make sure my volume's good. Come on Bluetooth, so I'm going to be as clear as possible. Um, man, I after watching this, I only missed 8 minutes of the actual stream.
Uh-huh.
I'm disappointed. I'm
You're
not at you,
disappointed?
but yeah, I am very disappointed. I'm not gonna go why, but when I was looking at the overall views, and even the brothers that asked the question, not only super chats but came up earlier, I'm thinking, yeah, this is something that I'll keep my composure. I will say this on my own channel when I get the time to do so. But I'll say this with Alan Raj Curry. He left a plethora of game to a lot of men, especially. You get me?
Uh-huh.
And he was not perfect. He let people know constant his life. He's very like an open book as an older man. He's not he's an elder. He's
Uh-huh.
50 some years old. I'm not sure what people said there's middle age. Middle age is only up when you're in your 30s. Once you pass 30, going on 40 and 50, you're halfway a century mark. You're an elder at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, in regards to say did she did it for money or not, let's be clear here. If everything was good financially, or you're bored, the last thing you want to do is resort to that type of lifestyle. If you decided, nor is your business. We already know the scrutiny and schisms of OnlyFans. Since 2000 and 2000 was it 2021? Yeah, since that year, it's exploded because it's shown that a lot of ladies, whether they're skilled or not, have resort to it because a lot of them don't really have no actual skills. So now they have to resort to those type of low level websites. You get me? And I
Yeah.
had a conversation. I had a conversation with the dude that I came across when I heard about it from GMT content, and I was looking. I said, wait, I thought she was educated, and I had to do some digging and said, this is some propaganda. And I said, oh, it's really her. So I'm thinking it's really that bad. You were about to say something, Sister George? I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask, being that she said that ARC also um posted like sexy pictures of her, what do
I
you
heard about
think?
that too.
Yeah,
I heard
so
about that too. I heard about that too.
if he was posting sexy pictures and
Yeah.
he didn't have any problem with it, then why would
Mm.
anyone else have a problem with it?
Yeah, and it's good for you mentioned about the sexy pictures. And it makes me think overall that no one can say that ARC is a pimp. This is he learned from the best. He is an act straight pimp. He talks it and lives it. And I usually I heard stories about this. Besides, he teach by game, but I think the pimp part said, yeah, maybe you, maybe not. But since she confirmed that, I said, well, you get what you pay for. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She know what she walked into, you know. And mind you, she's not like a young woman. So a lot of people gonna think say, well, she was manipulated. No. This was when she met at ARC, she was in her late 20s. So please, people, let's be mature here. She know definitely what she got into. You know what I'm saying? So and she takes no regrets. You know, the only thing that hurt me more, Sister, is when you talk about the OnlyFans, say that will affect her son, and she think it's not. We all gotta use common sense here, especially
Mhm.
when it comes to the digital age today where we stand. A lot of children, regardless how they get access to it, they know about these things because they're more up on technology than we are.
That's true.
You understand me?
Mhm.
Your son, I'm not sure how old, I don't know if your son's like 14, 15 now, but if you give him a phone, you tell him about super, he'll keep it real with you, depending on your relationship, and tells you he knows how to maneuver through the internet better than anybody else because the internet and how technology is moving, this is for them, not for us. They're designed to understand the digital side of the economy, the digital world.
Right. Right.
So that's the
Um.
only thing I want to say. Yeah, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Mhm.
No.
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 Go ahead. If you have something else, tell me now. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's different, different strokes for different folks, and some people can carry certain things a certain way, and nobody will bat an eye. And then you have other people that can carry certain actions a different way, and everybody will have something to say about it. ARC talked a lot about, if you listen to any of ARC's books, um especially like something like "Ooh, Say It Again," and being that ARC was the king of verbal seduction and literally had people calling him master. um I think that that's definitely something to behold. um he was already into the lifestyle, so I get it. But he was into the lifestyle too, so yeah, it's like, what can be said? If y'all go back and buy any of those books, ARC held no punches with anybody, and so yeah, I guess it is what it is.
And remember, the last book that he re-released, but it was just added a few extra page chapters was what they call No Free Attention,
Yeah.
or that was the last actual republished book he released before his transition back in 2022. And I think it came out either that year or the year after that. But the last piece that he worked on that was really up to date was what they call I'm trying to remember the book. I know it's damn, now it's my mind. Damn, I'm up here. But
Sexy
everybody know what
Red,
I'm talking about.
no, Sexy Red, it was just women calling him, as far as I know. And the lifestyle is like
No
BDSM,
sense.
dom
No
and
sense.
subculture. But Chaos, I
Oh,
got
oh,
somebody.
oh, 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 no, no. It's called the Beta Male Revolution. Was the last actual work he did. And that was like 7, 8 years old. But besides that, there was not much other books he came up besides digital copies, which I'm not sure if they still exist in the internet. That's up to date because when he died, all that was taken out. Some of his recent mode ones. So I'm not sure if she still has the collection of it, but that's gone now. So the only thing that people can find that's recent, you're gonna have to get from the regular books. But anything besides that, it don't exist on the internet. I could be wrong, but that's it, Sister Doris. Let me jump down. You got things to do.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you so much, Chaos. Hey, May, how you doing, lady?
Hey, it's so refreshing to see you. Hey,
Thank you, girl. How you doing?
good, good. Congratulations. It was a great interview, and it's going to make a whole lot of spin off content. You did an excellent job. You always bring something unique to this space as a Black woman. They can't take that away from you, okay?
Well, thank you so much. It's refreshing to hear, honestly. It is.
Oh, yeah. It's like between Pearl Davis and so many other things you brought to the forefront. You have brought so much to the forefront.
Well,
Discussions that
hold
need to
on.
be
I
had.
want to give Sexy Red the credit for Pearl, because if Sexy Red hadn't have said nothing, child, nobody would have been talking about it. So I definitely have to give her the credit for that. But yeah,
Oh, okay, sure. Shout out.
yeah.
Black women, black women. But
Hmm.
I had two comments. One, I wanted to talk about Mississippi women. And then secondly, I wanted to ask you a question about Mississippi women. And the second is the business of marriage. And then the third thought is hobbies. Those three things came to my mind. So I wanted to find out, are Mississippi women, country women, are they freaky or what?
Yes.
Oh my, oh my.
They
Oh
had a poll back in the day
my.
that asked like where the most hoes came from, and they said the most hoes came from Mississippi.
Damn. Y'all hear that? Y'all don't
And
need passports. Y'all don't need passports.
listen, I be telling them, baby, your love is in Mississippi, honey. I ain't telling them,
Okay.
but baby ain't nothing like a Mississippi woman, I swear. And I ain't saying it because I'm a Mississippi woman, but yes. But yeah, they said the easiest women came from Mississippi, honey. And Mississippi probably does have the highest STD rate because there was
Uh
nothing to
oh.
do but have sex.
Uh oh.
Uh,
I ain't know about that part.
yeah.
But it seems like the women are like sweet and nasty. It sounds like that's what's going on, maybe sweet and nasty. Hmm.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Sweet and nasty. Be quiet.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
But yes,
Goodness,
yes.
I could cook, shoot, be out there fishing with you, cuss your ass out, hit you over the
And
head with a
cook.
bottle, fight your sister, fix your mama a pie. Baby, we
Okay.
we called ourselves
Okay.
well rounded.
Okay. I see. Yeah, yeah. So y'all brothers take note, and that's sister need to run because they finna come for her with all that sweetness that she was doing. They finna come. They did all the DMs and stuff. I told her, run, girl, run. But
Listen, hmm, that was the same conclusion I came to. I was like, baby, her shit about to be blown the F up.
oh
The
yeah,
F
no
up.
doubt.
And child, we had to get into it. But what was your other question? You said,
Business is marriage. That's the thing. Gabe was not wrong. People tried to say, "Oh, he's being mean and this and that." He's on point. Marriage, the whole point of marriage, for the most part, is business. And if you're not handling the business, then you missing out on the benefits of marriage. The main thing, you know. And I just want to say this. I know I'll be trying to, help folks out a little bit. You need a death folder in your house for
yeah,
everybody. Okay,
yeah,
everybody needs to do that. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but you need to know where all the accounts are, where the money is hidden, where the will is, what's your last name, social security, your mama name, everybody. List
yeah.
of people who you care about, contacts, all of that. You need to have it. And Gabe, I agree with Gabe. Every child you have, you need to take that insurance policy all the way up. I'm not going to criticize nobody, but I can tell you one thing: a Shira Seven would not be happy. She would not be happy. She would be criticizing. I'm just saying.
I agree. I agree. I think that you're right. Um, I think that she did kind of clear some stuff up, at least for me, where I didn't feel like he just left her out here
Right.
because of I that was I think that was my biggest fear is that um he was super revered, especially on the breakdown. And if he left her out here, I'd have been cursing from here to goddamn Kalamazoo. Um like OMG,
Oh
that
yeah.
wouldn't have been
Oh
it.
yeah.
But
And the
she
sisterhood
said
and the
that he did
BWE would
fine.
have been going off. The BWE and the
Yeah,
sisterhood would have been
listen,
going
you know
off.
they waiting. You know they waiting to talk shit. You know they waiting to talk shit. You
Right.
know they couldn't wait to sink their teeth into it. As soon as he
Hmm.
passed away, and as soon as they saw whatever she had going on, a lot of people uh was ready to pounce. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like I honestly was ready to pounce too because my thought process was, what the girl, what the hell you doing? I was scared.
Yeah,
You
I
know
was
what I
on
mean?
her
Like
head. I
what?
was on her head. Girl, what you doing? He's 50 something. You
Right.
better have your money right. Yes.
Listen.
But
Yeah.
you got perfect timing with your interview. When I say you have perfect timing, I mean on point, okay?
Thank you so much, May. I really, really appreciate it, girl. You got anything else?
The last thing was hobbies. I'm telling you, a garden is a great thing. What's her name? What's her name again?
Jamila.
Jamila. Jamila, get you a garden, girl. Get you a garden. And you can still do some pictures and stuff like that. Do you a homemaking garden? All these white women out here having all the fun. Put you a little skirt on and an apron and be the sweet Mississippi nasty freaky girl you are. But just do it real simple in your garden. You ain't got to cock it open and spread it. That's all I'm saying, girl. Unless that's what you want to do. But you can get a garden or some hobbies and make it, make it your own. That's just my thoughts now. That's just my thoughts.
Well,
But
thank you
that's
so
all I
much.
have. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up, May.
For sure. All right now. Bye.
Shout out to Smooth. He says chaos inaudible ass worried about dating coaches when he should get a speech therapy coach. The ninja said Memroy instead of remember. F out of here. Okay. Thank you so much, Smooth. We really appreciate that. Hey, DS1, what's going on?
What up, Sister George? How you been?
I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain. How about you?
Hey, I'm maintaining. I thought you was never coming back. The way you abruptly left, I thought I wasn't going to see you no more.
Listen,
Honestly.
to be honest with you, um my spirit guides
Mm,
told me that I either come back on my
mm,
own or they was gonna force me to come back in other ways. And
okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
was like, let me just let me just do what I gotta do. Because I don't want to have to pay in the wrong way.
Right.
And it's not one of these things that I want to get famous off of, but I needed a creative outlet because I wasn't being creative anymore. So
I got you. So what's your plans for coming back? I mean, you came back to shake shit up and be messy. You came back like what you came back to do, because things around here is pretty much dried up. The Manosphere shit is pretty much a joke. Like I was saying in the chat, it's pretty much a joke at the end of the day. So I think it'd be good, just my opinion, if you was to create like a space where we could just come over and roast all the Manosphere niggas, because it's pretty much dead and in the water. It makes no sense to bring back talking points that's in the grave with the dudes that's in the grave with them. So it's like, I just want to know what's your creative plans. I want to know what you're going to do, like what you back around to do. You back around to be messy, because if you are, I'm going to be in there laughing and I'm going to be cracking jokes too. Or are you going to be on some constructive type shit?
I would much rather be on some constructive type shit, but in my own way.
Okay.
I don't feel like all of the content that I did, even over on the breakdown, was always messy. Now, you may have a
Mhm.
little element of mess when it came down to it, but
Yeah.
I felt like we had a lot of constructive conversations that I felt like a lot of people weren't necessarily having.
Mhm.
I needed a creative outlet because I never went out and did it on my own. And
Exactly.
so I didn't want to have anybody else as a crutch, but to um, come up with topics to get the people talking, maybe make people laugh,
Mhm.
um, get my own thought process out. I think about a lot of shit that I don't necessarily get to vocalize in real life because, sometimes you can't really have a lot of these conversations um, with regular people. And I think that's kind of what makes the space a little bit special because we don't a lot of this shit kind of goes through our heads and a lot of people come on anonymously and kind of just get all of their shit out. And
Yeah.
so it's one of those things for me where
Okay.
I created a lot of shit on the well, I'll say we created a lot of stuff on the breakdown and I needed a space to where I could be creative and kind of freestyle my own thoughts and stuff.
No, I agree. I would have to say that the breakdown show it did become a staple in the manosphere space amongst a bunch of male platforms. Y'all did stand out. I would have to give y'all that.
Thank you.
But as far as you coming back by yourself now, you
Mhm.
know, that's what I mean. Like, is it gonna be the same type of conversations that we done had 5 years ago? Because
I don't want to do that. Um,
thank you, Sister. Please,
I, I,
please.
I, I, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Red pill.
I
We
think
sick of
I got.
SYSBM. Please bring something
I'm,
different.
I'm not looking to go in those directions because I think that those things have been done, and they've been beaten to the ground.
Thank you.
And um, I honestly can't say what direction that I'm gonna super duper go into or what's gonna be my main
Mhm.
focus. I
Okay.
do like talking about love and relationships. Um, I
Okay.
like talking about marriage. I like talking about the intricacies of being married and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I was a single woman longer than I was a married woman too. And
Yeah.
so um I I think that aspects of the red pill has kind of taught me how to look at things through a different lens.
Mhm.
And maybe, kind of talk about how I see things through a different lens. Like I did a couple of um videos on Cassie and Diddy,
Yeah.
and I lost I'd have lost about 10 subscribers because people got mad at my thought process, because I don't totally see her as a victim, so it's like
Yeah.
I want to be able to have a real thought process and be vocal, like
Right.
how some shit ain't right, call a right, a wrong, a wrong. And yeah,
Oh, I honestly, I like that because what you're going to create is you're going to create a dynamic where it forces women to come towards you and to it's going to create a conversation amongst the women. Honestly, Sister George, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you my opinion. I don't think you being on a panel with a bunch of niggas is gonna equal up to nothing. I
it's
think you
not.
should. I think you should create this space with a bunch of women to talk about real shit dealing with women, because
Mm-hmm.
that's really what we've never really had. Even when Kendra was supposedly talking to women, she was basically rubbing the sacks of men. So let's just be real. She was pleasing men by the shit she was saying about women. She wasn't being real. So um I think a lot of the men would tune in if we was to have some real shit. And like you said, you from Mississippi, you was raised to keep it real in a certain way about being a woman. And that's what we need to hear. We need to stop hearing all of this I'm a victim woman shit. We need to stop hearing that. We need to stop hearing these men don't want to be married. And we need to stop hearing that dumb shit. We
That's
need to
not
hear the
true.
real shit from women, with women saying, listen, bitch, you know you don't want no nigga. I was there where you at now. I was there before. Like men, we want to hear some refreshing shit from women, and we want to hear women keep it real. Like tell the truth, like how you was telling the truth about Cassie. I was listening to the clouds, and what you was basically saying was, bitch, you was his Bonnie. He was Clyde. Shut up. You got paid. Nobody's gonna look at you as a victim. And
It's a
that's and,
hard
and that's
thing.
and that's not a hard thing. That's
No,
reality.
I'm saying it's a hard thing to see her as a victim
Of course.
when she volunteered for the major. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of
He sold
situations
her
where she was.
soul.
Yeah,
Period.
she did. She
Period.
absolutely did. She
Period.
absolutely did.
She sold her fucking soul. So whatever comes with that is what you get. Nobody feel that. That's why I was saying in the chat, all of this manosphere shit, it's all a joke now, because we know what's real, because we saw what happened to niggas in real life. So it's all a joke now. Just like all the industry shit, it's a joke. Let's stop trying to prophesize and proselytize and listen. Let's deal with this internet shit the way it need to be dealt with, man. Let's just keep this shit comedy, because it's all a joke at the end of the day. The whole Diddy trial is not. It's all about Diddy being a freak. It ain't got nothing to do
Yeah,
with Cassie.
not
It got
no
something to do
Rico.
with him liking dildos and baby oil. That's it.
Listen,
That's it.
he a nasty dude, but they ain't proved
That's it.
racketeering and Rico. I ain't seen Rico yet.
Oh, listen. All of that shit is just a drag on the case. This case gonna last all the way through the summer. So anybody who needs some content, who don't really got shit to talk about, they can
Yeah.
use that. That's what all of this shit is about. At the end of the day, the biggest joke behind this Diddy shit is that he was fucking all the gangster rappers. And
Hmm.
the message behind that is, to you ladies, you need to check on the niggas that you like, because you might find out you like gay men,
Uh-oh.
especially if you like rappers. You like gay men. You
Oh.
like Drake? He's a gay man. You like Diddy? He's a gay man. You like Jeezy? You like T.I.? These are Jay-Z. These are gay men. This is what we're
Oh.
finding out with the Diddy trial. He has 700 bottles of 1,000 bottles of baby oil, 700 dildos.
Mm.
700 dildos. 700 dildos equals 700 buttholes. All
Oh.
men.
Oh.
All men. All men. He didn't grape no women. He raped men, and you don't hear no men talking about this. That's what I talk about, though, because it's all a joke now. Because rap and all of this shit was a farce, man. It was all, set up to make us believe and live in a fantasy world, just like the Manosphere. All this shit was created for niggas to live in a fantasy world while niggas in real life being pimps. Come on, bro. While niggas in real life getting young girls to sell their ass, but on the internet, oh, stop. It's a joke. Have a good day, Sister George. I appreciate you. And good to see you back, too.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you so much for coming through.
No doubt. Peace.
Peace. Honey, that was robust, honey. I love y'all, man. Don't y'all ever change. Oh my God. Um, yeah, if y'all want to come, I'll take one more guest if you want to come up. Um, yeah, I thought it was such a good stream, and um, yeah, I know Curtin was getting tired of my seeing my ass not do anything with my YouTube career. I think you ever have somebody believe in you and then you not do shit with it, and Curlin's doing his thing and I'm watching him do his thing and I'm just kind of sitting there like la 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 la, and Curlin's like, babe, you got your mic, you got your computer, you got your MacBook, you got this, you got the new camera, you got some lights, what you gonna do? And I'm sitting there like, I don't know. And I think that for a while, I wanted to venture out on my own for a second, and with doing content with Concrete, but actually needing to um do it was the thing, and he had been trying to get me to do it and I was such a punk about it, like, no, 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 I'm not doing it. You like, come on, and I still wouldn't do it. And then I told y'all, my guys is like, baby, if either you gonna do it or we gonna do it. And so yeah, here I am. So yeah, yeah, yeah. um GMT, it ain't never gave hot dogs on a napkin. It Child, I don't even serve curdled on a paper plate. Don't do me. Don't do me. Child, y'all so funny. Um, and I'm in my studio now. I have an office slash studio that I've always had. I need to redecorate. Uh, I got some damn chairs. I've seen some art that I want, so I'm gonna be trying to buy my art pieces one thing at a time. Sugar Bomb, no, no, beautiful. We are married as fuck. Sugar Bomb's funny as hell. Girl, gone. Mahogany, what's up, girl? That'll get me distracted in a minute, child. That girl is funny as hell.
She is funny. I realized when I heard May, there was something else that I wanted to bring up. And the part where she said that did concern me, where I would, if I could talk to her, I would give her this advice. The part where she was talking about he dealt with everything. I thought it was cool that that he wanted to take care of the financial business, but let me just advise any woman that that's not good. That is not good to not have any idea. And May brought this up about where the money is. That is not a good idea. Um, for any woman to not know where the money is, not have her own accounts in case of an emergency, not because thank goodness it seems that ARC, listen, I'm not a follower of ARC, never read any of his books, don't know what he talked about. But like I said, I'm just listening to what she had to say about her husband. And she said that her husband made sure that everything was okay. So I'm taking her at her word. But what I'm saying is, it's not wise for anyone. But if you're a housewife, it is not wise for you not to have your own funds, your own setup, your own. You have to have something of your own because no one is guaranteed tomorrow. Um, and
Yeah.
even though he was reasonably middle aged, I guess somewhat young, anybody can be taken. My brother was taken at the age of 24, barely 25. So you have to prepare. It's just wise to prepare. And now she's got that little baby, and you've got to prepare for that little baby. If at any point in time, I'm sure eventually the time will come when she's ready to jump back on that horse and ride, honey. And when she is ready to jump back on that horse and ride, she needs to make sure that that child is taken care of. Um, Financially, and this, that, and the third, because if ARC was that type of man where he's paying 100%, that's a very rare thing, especially nowadays. The economy is so bad, it's hard. I'm gonna be honest, that's a hard thing for anybody to do, is to carry a household by themselves. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was so
yeah,
sad. That was
yeah.
super
And
sad to listen to.
then May gave her the advice of finding hobbies. I agree, but also something that did kind of concern me when you asked her, well, what did her day consist of, and she was like, well, taking care of him, making his meals, taking care of the household. That's cool, there's nothing wrong with that. um However, I would like for her to figure out, because she's still young, and
Yeah.
obviously she doesn't have much experience. Figure out what she likes, figure out what she wants to do far as career wise, because like I said, we're living in a time where we need to most families need two incomes. So try and investigate and discover what it is, what her talents are. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I think that's actually solid advice.
Hmm.
Um I'm glad that he created a space for her to do exactly that.
Hmm.
And you don't see a lot of women um have an opening as such to just be and to do the things that she said she was happy in doing those things for him. She didn't seem stressed out to do it. And
Hmm.
so I think that the fact that he created a space for her
Feel
uh
comfortable.
to feel comfortable and to be happy doing that. A lot of black women don't see that kind of lifestyle these days. I
Right.
thought it was dope that he created a space for her to be that. But
Mhm.
nowadays, most of us weren't really taught like that, and then we don't necessarily feel safe when somebody says we don't have to work or we don't have to have this, that, and the third going on. Hell,
Mhm.
most of us wouldn't even trust a man that far, to be honest with you, to not have our own thing going. So the fact that he created that kind of space for her, I thought that was dope. I still
Well,
think it's dope.
I think it's dope that he created that space, but I do think that she should have something. She doesn't have to work if that's their thing and she doesn't want to work, but have definitely an education. Have something to fall back on.
She graduated from college.
Exactly. So that's good, but I wouldn't lay it down just because I have a man. I think women make a mistake when they lay their gifts and their talents completely down. Because I've done that, and what you get is years later, oh man, maybe I should have went to music school, maybe I should have went to art school, maybe I should have did this and that. So I'm glad she
I
has her
think that's a
education.
fair point too, though, Mahogany. I think that's a very fair point. Um, because you do hear women later on have those regrets when they've done everything for the family and for the kids and everything.
Uh-huh.
But um, I think the difference may have been that they had such an open relationship to where they could talk about those things, and you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
I Oh, go ahead.
no, no, go ahead. I was finished.
A couple more things. Yeah, well, my hat's off to them. I'm not so much with the open relationship, but at the same time, I don't judge people who have that. Me personally, I know for a fact that wouldn't work for me. I am way too um possessive over the people I love. I'm just gonna be honest, and I know that about myself. Like I said, she knew the type of person he was, and she was down with it. And just finding out that he said that he left her and her son something, and they'll always have something from him, satisfied me enough to say, okay, he was a real dude. I didn't know the man. Never, I knew of him, but I didn't know him at all to know his character. But that put my mind at ease as far as what I was thinking.
Mhm.
One last thing, because I know you're ready to go, girl. Um,
Right.
but this is good. I really don't want you to end this live. Y'all need to come on up and hit this panel. This is so good. This is very, very good. And like Chaos said, you're gonna be, or whoever, there's gonna be lots of clips. Joey said that. Um, Chaos made the comment about, that's another misconception that when they choose to participate in certain things, there's a misconception that attractive women or attractive people don't have more to give to the table. Like you just said, this woman is college educated, so she has intelligence, and it's a misconception that when women are doing certain things, showing their bodies, that's all they have to give. And so I hope people are taking note to everything that happened on your interview, like actually paying attention to the whole full thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, girl. Oh, child. Oh, your homegirl is top. Baby, I got it in last night. I'm looking crazy right now. I want to go take a nap. I ate lunch like early, but I feel like I need like a good ass snack. That's why my ass is fat now,
Well,
mahogany.
well, you have
Cause
been on live for a few hours, so you get a break. But I wish some more people would hit this panel. But I'm gonna hop down and let you go. It was a great show, great interview, and yeah, we look forward to you doing more. Do what you feel. Do what you're passionate about, whatever that is. Your true supporters are gonna
I'm
be
gonna be
there.
honest with y'all. I really love doing YouTube. I love coming on here and talking my shit and just kind of bringing my thought process to the people. I really really enjoy doing it. So I think I do still have some passion for it. I think I got burnt out because I did it for so long without a break, but um
Mhm.
yeah, I have some passion for it. So I'm gonna be child, y'all know Cassie and Diddy is my shit right now.
Oh
um
yeah,
so
oh yeah, I'm on it.
girl, I gotta go check out. I think I'm about to go lay in the bed for a while and check out all of the cross examination stuff, because yeah, honey, I bet it got really really juicy today, and I haven't paid any attention to it. So I actually think I'm headed to the bed, honey.
Well, before you
And
go, my last,
yeah.
I know I keep on saying this is my last thing. This is one thing I love about our relationship, our dynamic is that a lot of times we have different opinions. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I have a difference of opinion with the Cassidy thing. I think she is, and I'll leave all that to my channel, but I think she is in many ways definitely a victim. But is that all she is? No. Like I was talking about before when you went live last night, I think there's perspectives, and I think it's important that people look at perspectives and all the way around. Because if you don't look at it all the way around, you're liable to have a blind spot. You know what I'm saying? I think this case is very, very important. It's breaking the barriers so we can see what Hollywood is into. And so it's
Hmm.
important for so many. I'm telling you, we are seeing. I agreed with what DS1 was saying about this. It's so much bigger than Cassie. It's we are
Oh
seeing.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
Mahogany,
I
you
think
know I'm a conspiracy theorist from way back,
yeah,
honey. So trust me, I understand.
yeah. But the cool what I'm saying is I liked what he was saying about the women, but the fact is that women are not a monolith. We can be cool and not agree, and that's cool. Just like the men can be cool and not agree. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Mahogany, for coming through, and thank you so much for your continued support, honey. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. All right. I'll jump back down to the chat room.
All right, thank you. All right, y'all. I done gave y'all like 2, 3, 15 hours or some shit. That's what it feel like. I'm about to go find myself a little snack, a cold drink, and I think I'm gonna take me a little nap or just lay in the bed listening to the Cassie Diddy stuff, because your girl is off work for the rest of the day. And a shout out to everybody that came through. I really 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 appreciate you guys. Y'all are just dope. So I'm very thankful for y'all. And a huge special shout out to Miss Jamila. Thank you so much for gracing us and for coming over and really diving off into your life. We really appreciate that. I will see you guys soon. Y'all know I'm probably gonna go live soon to talk about the Cassie stuff again. I don't know, because I get tired of stuff real quick. So we'll see. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'm out. Peace.